It's 5 years after January 6, 2021, and the D.C. police hasn't released one body cam video to the public. So we got the new year off to a start here in Washington, D.C. with a court hearing for January 6 videos. And coincidentally, the court had ordered a hearing for this week. As I said, it was the 5th anniversary of January 5th, which we noticed by highlighting how Judicial Watch was able to get a $5 million wrongful death settlement for Ashley Babbitt's family from the Trump administration. President Trump essentially made it happen. Remember, she was the only official homicide victim that day. And to take a step back, you want to know what a wrongful shooting looks like, what a wrongful police shooting looks like, what an unlawful police shooting looks like? Take a look at this video of Ashley getting killed by that cop. I mean, he shot into a crowd, he ambushed her and killed her with that shot. That's what a wrongful police shooting looks like. Compare and contrast it with the woman trying to run that cop, the ICE officer, over. Didn't tell her to stop, didn't warn her, just shot her. He didn't even see her by his own admission. He couldn't see who she was or what she was doing, other than her being in that window area. That's what January 6th is about. And of course, Judicial Watch has been second to few, I would say second to none really, in exposing the full truth, or trying to get much of the full truth about January 6th. We've sued for the videos from Congress. Congress released them thanks to our lawsuit and our pressure. And we also sued for videos of the body cam cameras of D.C. police who were present that day at the U.S. Capitol and the area around it. And in response to our lawsuit, the D.C. government has said, you can't have the videos unless you give us $1.5 million, essentially to blur out virtually everyone in the videos and actually knock out the audio, so we wouldn't be able to see and hear any videos. So this is like typical, the worst, it's almost like a joke in terms of government secrecy and contempt for your right to know. You give us $1.5 million and we'll give you material that's completely, essentially useless in terms of public information. So we've been battling back and forth for this. When did we file this? Oh, we filed it in June of 2024. And it takes, you know, the courts sometimes move too slowly in the district here. The Metropolitan Police Department continues to withhold the January 6 footage because it claims that the faces and voices of every individual who's not law enforcement personnel in the videos for personal privacy reasons. So the D.C. police, the D.C. government, is pretending that everyone who was there on the grounds of the Capitol, we can't see their faces. It's absurd. Think of all the videos that have been released thus far. Somehow the D.C. police says you go to a public rally and you can't have your face recorded? I mean, it was the biggest historic event, according to the left, right? The biggest thing that ever happened in American history. And so the court, because if we don't get, we're not going to give them, do you think we should give the D.C. government $1.5 million? We should give your donations $1.5 million of your donations to the DC government so that they could give us videos that don't have anything on them? So obviously we're fighting in court about it, and we were in court earlier this week. I attended with our lawyer, senior attorney Michael Bekesha, and we had this report about it afterwards. Hey everyone, we were in court today against the DC government that's holding thousands of videos secret on January 6th. They're saying all the videos should be blurred out, and they want to charge us $1 million plus, at $1.5 million actually, to give us videos that we can't see or literally hear. So the court's considering that, and we hope the court comes down on the side of transparency and against this absurd secrecy still on January 6th, 5 years after the fact.
Yeah, I mean, real simply, we at Judicial Watch asked for the body camera footage from the DC police officers that arrived at the on and around the Capitol on January 6th, so that we could see what was going on, how DC police responded, what they were responding to, how they interacted, you know, everything that Congress and the public has been calling for, full transparency of that day. And DC doesn't want to turn over those tapes without editing them. And that would really just prevent the public from seeing, you know, what happened that day and how DC police responded.
So you can see the Alice in Wonderland arguments we're having to endure from the DC government. And the judge in the case, Judge Sanchez, she's in the Superior Court. It's not in federal court, so you know, it's in Superior Court, DC Superior Court, which is, I guess, a federal court technically. But still, it just deals with the city government and local DC crimes and such. And so the Attorney General's office for the District of Columbia had their lawyers there, or a lawyer, well, yeah, their lawyers there. And the judge heard argument, and she's going to rule. She's going to rule by May. So this again shows you that you've got to be insistent and persistent in your oversight of government. So this case has been going on for it will probably go on for at least 2+ years, probably 3 years at this point. Especially if it's appealed. I mean, it could go on five years. It's 5 years after January 6, 2021, and the DC police hasn't released one body cam video to the public. Now, have there been videos from the DC police released otherwise? Yes, through law enforcement proceedings, but they're very selected, very selectively released, because they're only released in the context of the crazed prosecutions of January 6ers by the Biden gang. So, you know, Judicial Watch isn't just out there commenting on news of the day and saying, oh, we got to do this, we got to do that in terms of politics and policy. That's not what we do. I mean, we do a little bit of it. I talk as much as, to be fair, I talk as much as the next person about what I think needs to be done. But our core work is going into court to try to get the truth about what the government's up to. And we want to know what the DC Police Department has about January 6th. What did they see? What did police officers see? And what did they do? And that we are fighting a liberal jurisdiction that's trying to hide police conduct is just, you know, ironic icing on the cake, isn't it? So I'll let you know what happens when we get, you know, if we get the videos and we win in court, I'll be shouting from the rafters. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like our video down below.